Nobody teaches you these parts. They teach you how to scale, how to raise capital, build a team, manage execution, and push through when everything tells you to stop. But nobody sits you down and teach you how to slow down, because nobody teaches it. Most leaders never learn it. We treat stillness as weakness. We treat pause as failing, and rest as something you earn after everything is finished. But everything is never finished. So you keep moving faster every year until the pace stops feeling like a choice and start feeling like the only way you know how to exist. Let's talk about what that velocity is actually doing to you, to your decision, your culture, and the version of yourself that is quietly disappearing inside the noise. So let's get into today's episode.
The Fulfillment OB Podcast.
So first, let's look at the science, what speed does to your mind. Let's look at what is happening inside your brain. You operate in two primary cognitive networks. The first is the task positive network. This activates when you are doing, executing, solving, and responding to problems. It is sharp, reactive, and get things done. The second is the default mood network. This activates when you're not doing, working without a destination, sitting quietly, letting your mind wander without an agenda. Most leaders think that this second network is just idle time. It isn't. This is where your highest level thinking happens. It's where your deep recognition occurs, where creative strategic solutions emerge, and where you connect dots that are invisible while you are in motion. When you are always executing, you cut yourself from this network. You aren't tired. You are operating at a fraction of your cognitive capacity. Steve Jobs didn't do working meetings to be eccentric. He did them because movement without an agenda unlocked insights back-to-back meetings never could. Bill Gates didn't take Think Quick as a vacation. His 1995 Think Quick memo completely redirected Microsoft to catch the internet tidal wave. Stillness isn't a choice. It is a high-performance business decision. So let's look at leadership, your pace as an instruction. Your relationship with stillness doesn't just affect you. It shapes everyone underneath you. Organizational research calls this behavioral contagion. Leaders don't just see strategy. They set the emotional and behavioral operating standard, not by what they say, but by what they do. If you are always in urgency, your team is always in urgency. If you send an email at midnight, they feel the pressure to respond at midnight. When founders tell me their team is burning out and unable to think strategically, they usually think they have an operating or performance problem. They don't. They have a modeling problem. The team is simply reflecting the chaos being modeled from the top. Your pace is an organizational instruction. Right now, you might be instructing your team to stay too busy to think well. So let's use the Fulfill Leadership method, 2 pillars, to really understand how this affects our leadership long term. On that learning pillar, there are 4 critical blind spots that only become visible when you slow down. If you've been running hot for quarters on end, see if this hit home. Strategic drift. You are so busy executing that you don't notice the market shifted or your execution no longer aligns with your long-term vision. Like Kodak, you keep running fast in the wrong direction. 2. Relationship erosion. Trust doesn't usually collapse in dramatic arguments. It erodes quietly when interaction becomes purely transactional. Without intentional maintenance, your key alignments slip away. 3 is decision quality degradation. Decision fatigue is measurable when you make heavy strategic bets from a state of chronic depletion. You are making irreversible choices with a compromised mind. Identity drift. You lose contact with who you are outside of the business when you only know what the company needs and forgets what you want. Your leadership becomes mechanical performance, and performance-based leadership always has a ceiling. Slowing down isn't a mindset shift. It's a structural decision. It means protecting unscheduled blocks in your calendar with no deliverable attached. It means visible recovery, showing your team that pausing is a strategic tool, not weakness. When you stop, discomfort will surface. Questions you've been outrunning will catch up to you. That discomfort isn't a problem, it's data. The leaders who sustain the longest aren't the ones who move the fastest. They are the ones who know when to stop. Recognition without diagnosis keeps you stuck. If you recognize your leadership in any of these four blind spots, let's look under the hood. The Fulfill Leadership Audit is a dedicated 90-minute diagnosis session designed to audit your operational structure, pinpoint exactly where the breakdown is happening, and build a framework to fix it. The link is in the show notes. When you are ready, we also do 2 to 3 deep dives every month, so check the deep dives on Patreon. If this feel like something valuable and something that could help a founder, a CEO, a leader, please share it with them, as it will do much good to them if they're in that spot right now. Also do well to subscribe to the newsletter so you can get daily episode drop in your inbox and case studies that will help you in your leadership journey, scaling your company, and growth overall. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode.